What's up, fellas? It's gonna be a type of I would say in a way of vulnerable video. This video is basically me expressing that, like, bro, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Um, I got flaws. I make mistakes like other men. I do things I'm not proud of that I can't admit to. Um, Sometimes I have fears that I'm scared to embrace, but I still do it. Uh, to, Today, I made a mistake at work. I ate too much. I know y'all probably like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, you doing all this because you ate too much, but it's not just that. The fact of I ate too much and I knew I wasn't supposed to. I indulge into my emotion. I indulge into something that caused me to overeat. That caused me to feel like shit now. I ate 3,900 calories. The majority of it was carbs. And the majority of those carbs were sweets. Due to a lack of self-control, usually when I do something like that, I avoid the work that I know I need to be putting in. And the reason I'm coming on this camera to talk about it is because I'm owning up to it. I'm owning up to a mistake that I made. I'm owning up and holding myself accountable because I know I still must show up. I know I still have work to do despite the little mistake that I made, despite how I feel right now. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, talking right now is hard, G. And y'all probably still like, bro, you just overate food. Like, what's the big issue? Because it's identity theft. It doesn't align with the man that I'm becoming. And a lot of people make mistakes. A lot of people make mistakes, but they avoid owning up to their mistakes. And that's the main thing I'm getting at. Instead of me avoiding owning up to it, only to do it publicly, I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong, to hold myself accountable, to hold myself to a higher standard. But I went beneath that standard today. I allowed an old habit to come back in and take control of my life for a split second, which caused me to regret the action that I did. But that same action that I did also exposed to me a flaw that I still need to be working on. Overindulgence. Overindulgence in things that doesn't align with my purpose. Overindulgence in things that take me off of my alignment with the man that I'm supposed to be. And it's not just primarily about food, because I know a lot of y'all probably clicked off right now. It's not primarily about food. It's primarily about you being a man and owning up to your mistakes. It's about you being able to look yourself in the mirror and say, this is my fault for what I did. I had the choice to make a decision, but I chose the easier path. I had a choice to not overindulge, but I chose to overindulge because it felt good in a moment. But the after effect, the reward of what I did hurts more than the enjoyment that I felt within a moment of me doing what I did. of me overindulging in something that was no good for me. And now I feel like shit. So if you still think I'm talking about food, you're missing the whole concept. Because you can overindulge in plenty of things. You can overindulge into material things. You can overindulge into women. You can overindulge into things that doesn't align with who you are meant to be. And I chose food for one of those overindulgence. And that's a trigger for a lot of people. Shit, it's a trigger for me. Shit, I love to eat, bro. I got a weakness for sweets. And it started off with one sweet, a simple area. Went from 1 to 3 more, which equals up to 4. Then start out with some sneakers. Then start out with some sweet cakes and stuff like that. And it kept going and going and going. But I'm like, what caused me to react in that way? What caused me to make that decision? Like what stopped me from actually stopping myself in the moment? Me. It's my fault that I did that. It's my fault that I feel the way I feel right now. It's nobody else's fault but mine. And I have to deal with the consequences of that. Anything, any situation or problem you are facing within your life is your fault. And as a man, you must own up to it. You cannot run from what you see within that mirror every single day. It comes a time and a place where you have to say enough is enough. And you have to own up to your mistakes. You have to own up to the man that you see. You have to choose the harder path, because the harder path is more rewarding than the easier path. You have to choose the path less walked on if you want to be a man of discipline, if you want to be a maniac. You have to be willing to face your problems every single day. Despite me feeling bad, despite me feeling how I feel right now, despite me making a mistake I made earlier, the fact of me being self-aware and owning up to it would get me way farther than me being self-aware and choosing not to do anything about it. There's a difference. So you have to decide, what will it be? What path will you choose? Because you cannot get ahead if you continue to stay the same. You cannot get ahead if you continue to be in the same position that you're in right now. You cannot get ahead if you continue to think the same way you are thinking right now. Because the only person you are stopping is yourself. You're not stopping nobody else but yourself. You're the only person in your way, dog. You're the only person within your way. Ain't nobody tell me to eat the motherfucking cakes. Ain't nobody tell me overindulge in that food that I ate. It was all me. I made that choice. All I did was make my tomorrow hard. Make my tomorrow harder because of what I did today. That's it. All I did was make the work that I got to complete for the day even harder because of my brain fog. Now I can't think even clearer than I was at first because I decided to make that choice. And the reward isn't so rewarding, but in the moment you don't think about it. When you do something that doesn't align with the man that you are becoming, in that moment, you're not really thinking about it. You thinking about what you're going to get from it right now. You're not thinking about how it's going to affect you long term. And that what holds a lot of us, man, back. We don't think. We simply do not think. And the hardest thing to do in life is to think. So be a man and own up to your problems, bro. As I say, this video is not just about food. It's about taking accountability for your actions. I'm not perfect, and I don't try to be perfect. I have flaws, but I'm not afraid to admit them and own up to them. So what are you going to do? Are you gonna stay the same or are you gonna grow and change? You have a choice every day. And it's on you to decide which choice you're gonna make. It's on you to live with the decision that you made every single day if you decide to be content with it. So with that being said, man, I love y'all, bro. It wasn't gonna be a long video, but I hope whoever it reached, that it helped whoever needed help. If you got the message from this, I'm gone, man.